Hey, what is up, class? I'm already starting off on a bad foot because I don't have my glasses and I left my Bluetooth earbuds in the other room and I don't feel like getting them. So we're going to just make do with what we got today, this morning. But anyway, I wanted to make a few different announcements as far as assignments and stuff are concerned. So, um, you have have a discussion due this week, one on voting age, and then you have a quiz due this week. Discussion Friday, quiz Sunday. A few of you in the class did not get the memo. Actually, um, more students than I would like didn't do either one of those assignments. Now, this isn't an indictment, but I cannot pass you in this class if you don't do those assignments, right? If you're missing a bunch of them, um, and we don't have that many of those in this class, so you want to make sure that you're staying on top of that. I sent out reminders on Friday to students who didn't complete the discussion and reminders to students who didn't complete the quiz yesterday. I am not going to be able to do that every week. I want you guys to understand that that's not something that I'm obligated to do every week or I'm going to be able to do every week. If I'm home and I'm not doing anything else, I will do it. But if I'm out and about or if I'm not watching a movie or chilling with my sweetie or whatever, then I will do it. But I don't make a mental note to myself to remember to do that because you all are college students, so these are things that you need to have a handle on every single week in this class. All right, so make sure you're fulfilling your obligations as students. Um, Let me see what else I have for you. Oh, for the midterm paper, I will post sometime this week. I'll post the directions for the midterm paper sometime this week. Remember, every paper that you turn in this class must be APA style. That is not an option. I posted um, I posted directions to that in the modules. So if you don't know how to do an APA style paper, make sure you watch those videos. Again, this is an independent study class. So the unfortunate part of that is I'm not going to be able to walk you through those APA style directions, right? This is an asynchronous online class. So you guys, a lot of this is going to be independent study, but those videos, and I think I even put an example paper in there, that should give you everything you need to know as far as how to format an APA style paper, right? So again, if you have any questions on that, call, text, or email me. I wanted to talk a little bit about this week's discussions because I thought it was I thought the comments that I've made were very oh no, the comments that you guys made. I'm sorry, still early over here. I thought the comments that you guys made were very good. Um, so one of the things I asked in this article is I asked you if the do you think the original article that Eastman submitted to Newsweek poses a legitimate question, or is he trying to rile up the Trump base? So I think a better question to ask on this particular topic isn't so much is it a legitimate question or not? Because theoretically, in political science, in any kind of science, any question could be deemed a legitimate question. What we really want to know is the validity of this question, not so much is this a good question, but is this a question that needs to be asked in the first place, right? Okay, so I'll give you guys a comparison. Say that you um, are 15 years old and you just got your learner's permit, and you have an older sister or brother, whichever one you want. You have an older sister, and she is 16 years old, and she's got her driver's license. And your mom and dad let her take the car out because she doesn't have a car yet, but the parents do have a car. And the mom and dad let her take the car out by herself because she has a driver's license. And the younger sister or brother is like, hey, why come Sally gets to take the car out and I can't take the car out? You know, I have a learner's permit. And the parents are like, yes, you have a learner's permit, but you do not have a driver's license. And there's laws and stuff about that, right? You can't drive in the car by yourself with a learner's permit. You can with a driver's license. So the question that the younger sibling asks, it might be somewhat of a legitimate question in the sense that he wants to drive too, but the law does not allow him to drive a car by himself. So let's take that topic and talk about Kamala Harris for a second. The law states that she is allowed to run for president because she has birthright citizenship. That is not a question, that is settled law. How did it get to become settled law, though? So I posted an article in the announcements about that. So what I might in a couple weeks or so revisit this topic and have you guys look at that article on what birthright citizenship is. So again, the question that Eastman asks, it's not, I wouldn't call it the greatest question. Like I said, any science, I'd say, yeah, it's legitimate. You can ask the question, but settled law is settled law. I think a better debate to have on birthright citizenship is why is that the ultimate determiner of what a citizen is? And I only say that because there have been instances where people who have not been born in this country but have lived in this country all their lives, and then they've done a crime or something, and after they finish their jail sentence or their prison sentence, they get deported back to a country that they've never been to, right? And that's happened a lot of different times. I've seen it happen with this rapper Slick Rick, another rapper named Shine. That might be before your time, but they committed some crimes, or I don't even think Slick Rick. I think it was a case of mistaken identity or whatever. But in any case, a crime was committed, or a crime was thought to have been committed, and when they were done with their sentences, they got deported back to their country. And Slick Rick was born in England, but he didn't live in England for long. I think as soon as he was born, he came to the States and lived and grew up here. Knows nothing about England, but he got deported back over there. The same thing happened with Shine. He got deported back to I think he was born in Belize and knows nothing about Belize. Slick Rick, actually, I think they worked that out and he was able to stay out there. Shine hasn't been back to the United States since getting deported. He used to rap on P. Diddy's label, Bad Boy. Look him up if you ever get a chance. Shyne. And yeah, he's deported. I think he lives in Jerusalem now, but he cannot come back to the United States of America. So I think those are valid questions. I think because the thing with being an American, and again, read that article and we'll talk about it in a couple weeks. But the thing with being an American is all you have to be is born in the United States of America, birthright citizenship. A few different countries have it, some countries don't, but the United States of America is one of the countries where if you are born in America, you are an American. And there's no even a debate about that, which I thought was funny about what Eastman said. Like anybody that's in political science knows that. In Newsweek, because I'm not mad at Newsweek for posting the article. I do think it kind of takes away a little bit from journalistic integrity when you post nonsense like that. But that's just one man's opinion. I want you guys to form your own opinion. Do you think Newsweek was sincere with their apology, or are they just posturing? I think the apology is about as sincere as an apology from a news publication can be. I do think it's a good idea that they left the article up because you want to show where you messed up and why what you posted originally isn't that legitimate. That's my opinion on that. Let me see what other questions that we ask. Is there any harm in posting a question like this about Harris's citizenship? Does it bring up a good debate on birthright citizenship, or is it a way to open a door to conspiracy theories? I think a little bit of both. I think birthright citizenship. I'm one of those people that believes, and I'll always believe this: if you are born in the United States of America, you are automatically American. This is stolen land that we live on. We stole other people from other continents to other countries in Africa and other continent and brought them here. You know, they were chilling in Africa, and we went, captured, bought over a bunch of people, made them slaves, and now you're saying, okay, now you want to do this citizenship nonsense. I think the easiest way to do it is if you're born in the United States, you are an American. But I think another thing should be if you were born in another country and you've lived here since you were 0 years old, you should be considered an American as well. I don't think deporting somebody back to a country that they've never been in is a morally right thing to do. But it's a good topic to discuss, though. And you do have people, and I might post this as well, but you have people from places like Russia that will fly to the United States of America. Women have done this in Russia. They've flown to the United States of America, gave birth to kids in America, and then flew back over to Russia. And they do that for visa issues and stuff like that. If the kid wants to go to college, or if the kid, if they want to take advantage of something that the United States of America has that is not necessarily there in Russia. And there's tons of people that do that too. So those are more legitimate questions. I think a question about Kamala Harris, who was born in the United States of America and raised in the United States of America, I don't think there's any real validity to question her statehood, right? And that's just my opinion on that again. So in Eastman, look him up if you haven't already. So he's tried to run for office. He's one of these guys that, every so often he creeps up with a controversy. I do think MAGA-dom, Trumpism, um, gave him the opportunity. He saw a rift in the canvas, so to speak, and kind of snuck in and just tore it apart and ask that question. I do question the legitimacy in that question, as far as if is he are you asking that question because you really want to know the answer to that question, or are you asking that question with bad intentions? Is that a question that you're asking because you really want to have a debate, or are you asking that question for because you have bad intentions behind that question because you just want to rebel rouse, you just want to get something done, um, or you just want to call in a question. It's almost similar to birtherism as far as I'm concerned, right? So it's like back to the kid who's got the older sister. Are you asking that question because you don't already know what the rule is, or are you asking that question because you're mad that your older sister can drive and you can't? All right. So that's some food for thought. So anyway, anytime I do a discussion, I like to give my thoughts to you guys and let you know what's going on in my mind. I don't want to like a lot of political science professors are very like, don't want to share what they think because they're afraid that they're going to influence their students one way or the other. I'm a teacher, so I think my job is kind of to have some influence on you, but at the same time to tell you it's okay to think for yourself and come up with your own opinion and have an opinion that's different than my opinion. All right. So that's that for this. That's our weekly wrap up. Week 2 is in full effect. Week 3, we got one more week of quiz discussion, or the discussion quiz format, and then you have your midterm week. So I'm gonna, students in the past have complained to me about not posting directions for the midterm on time and all this for the paper part. So I will post the paper early. The midterm questions, I'm gonna post those a little bit later because I think those are that's the easiest part to do. Again, got any questions, call, text, email. I'm here for you guys. This is your class. I'm here to guide you to the end, get you to the finish line so you can move on to the next chapter of your lives. Peace out.